Good morning, folks. Happy Friday. I went to the plant store yesterday, i.e. Lowe's, and lost my mind a little bit. But I have a couple things around the house that I wanted to get done. This is a little bit not farm related. This is more landscaping related. But you know, like making our house pretty is probably the least of our priorities, but I will say it lends something to like your space when you care for it, and do your best to try to make it look beautiful. And I think plants are an easy and great way to be able to do that. And so I'm going to show you what I got and kind of where it's going, and then I'll walk you guys around after we are done. So we are going to start with this, let's see, Westerplatte clematis. The purple on those, I mean, is just insanely beautiful. And my idea for these, we actually have a clematis that is over here, and I think it's a similar color. It's just a little bit lighter, which I think will go fine. But my idea is that we're going to extend this garden bed to over here, eventually do like a some sort of walkway here, whether that's like shale and sand or pavers and sand, something like that, that's going to go here. So that garden bed will come out 2 feet or so, and then kind of wrap around this front area of the porch. My idea is to get that trellising or lattice stuff and put some going up the porch. We might do, I don't know, something different, but what I want is to bring this garden bed out to there, be able to have these so that they can kind of climb up, and I think it'll look just beautiful. That color is absolutely gorgeous. I need to get one more hanging planter, and then I've got these two to go there. This garden space is kind of still a work in progress. I do have some established things in here. This is a peony that was here, and they are just, I mean, spectacularly beautiful. They're so incredible, but they're getting ready to bloom. I have sedum that I planted. This is lemon thyme. Doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot, which makes me worry a little bit, but typically thyme is pretty hardy. I think that these are a tall version of a phlox. It's like that hybrid phlox that get really tall. That is a chamomile, which it's feathery. It has little flowers. I'm good with it. This is a bee balm. Bee balm that is red. You can see here are 2 hyacinths. They were here when we moved in, so I didn't do anything with this. This is dianthus. And as you'll tell a little bit later in this video, I really like dianthus, but my sweet William, and they're that really beautiful, like dark pinkish red. The hostas are coming back, which I'm so thrilled about. We had a hibiscus here last year. I tore it out. Obviously, the winter killed it. So I don't know. We might get another hibiscus. They had some at Lowe's last night. But my honey really loves hibiscus, and I kind of wanted to give him the joy of like picking it out if that was what he wanted. Again, the other hosta, and it actually looks like this one expanded. Hold on one second. Okay. This is the other side of the front door. So we have this, oh my God. The name just completely went out of my head. I know what these are called. Not rhododendron. Still same family, rhododendron. Oh my God. Y'all, I haven't had enough coffee today. Ignore me. I put another hosta, but the two that were over here last year, or the one that was over here last year, it looks like it's coming back. So that's very exciting. This stuff just got frost damaged. We had 2 nights that were very, very cold, and so I'm not really surprised. This is a pink rose bush. I pruned this, and I did not think that it was climbing, but it does tend to kind of reach out quite a bit. So I don't know, maybe I need to get something for it to climb up. I just saw this, y'all. These irises did nothing last year, and I know someone told me that there's a variety of irises that they only bloom every other year, and so I'm wondering if that's what these are. I have not seen, I don't know what color they are, but it looks like they're getting ready to bloom this year, so that is super, super exciting. And then the Rex begonia that I got, that again also got severely frost damage, so I'm gonna need to come in here and just take off the dead stuff. But I mean, when these are like big and in bloom, and it stays fairly shady over here, so again, hence 2/4 the hostas and that stuff. But I love those. I think they're so pretty. So I don't really have a color palette, to be honest, but I'm trying to kind of put everything like that goes together, right? I don't want anything that like looks horrible together. We're not going anywhere, buddy. Anytime the car door opens, he has to. All right. The other thing I did was hydrangeas. These are going in the back of the house, and it is very shady back here, but it gets like dappled morning sun, which I think is perfect for these. So these are spiderwort, and again, was just here when we got here. I did not plant them, but I've wanted hydrangea bushes here for a really long time, so we'll do one here, one here. And then I think in front of it, so we'll extend this bed out a little bit, and then in front of it, I'm gonna sweet potato vine, and they are like the contrast of the blue with the chartreusey green looks so good. There's lots of different kind of sweet potato vine you can get. There's like dark red ones and whatever, but the kind I'm looking for is the chartreusey green. Okay, so we don't have a lot going on like down in the landscaping in the front of our property here. Mahoney went and he planted like 1,000 bulbs down towards the mailbox, and on this side we planted anemones, which I don't know how to plant anemones, so they haven't done anything, and I'm not sure that they're going to, which is fine. But I did want like a drift of something just to like, I don't know, be beautiful and have some interest. So I got some Apex Pink Salvia, which is this kind of like, these are like this dark purpley pink. And then in front of that, we're gonna plant Trailing Petunia. And so I got four of the petunia, and I got 2. Did I really only get 2? I guess so. And I got 2 of the salvia, because salvia will get a little bit tall, so these will come up behind that. And then my last project, the thing I'm excited about, over here by the hydrangeas, these are the Limelight hydrangeas. And so they start with this like green, whitish green blossom, and then they turn this like mauvey pink color. We've got a little bit of phlox over there, which did not do anything last year, and this year it's actually bloomed. I cleaned this out a lot though, so I have a feeling that's why. But I got, again, another dianthus. I got 3 of these. Ooh, Angel of Harmony dianthus, also known as Sweet William, and they're so beautiful. They'll get a little bit tall. And then this Artemisia, which also makes a great cutting green, and they're obviously still small, but they're a mounding perennial, so they'll come back every year. The dianthus also are supposed to be a perennial, so I'm gonna call this area my perennial garden. Sam, get out of there. Sam, get out of there. My perennial garden, because again, hopefully all of this stuff comes back every year. So I'm gonna go grab a shovel, start getting this stuff in. I do today have to go down and weed our flower beds. They're horrifying, but I really wanted to get this stuff in. This is just my happy little project for the day. And I will show you guys when it's done. All right, y'all, just finished this area here. Well, planting the things that I got. So they'll all fill out. And then my plan is to line this area with more of these quartz rocks eventually. But that is project number 1 done. Okay, second project done. I'll come down here so you guys can see and get my vision, hopefully. But we've got the salvia, and then these are trailing petunias, so I'm hoping that they just kind of like come down this way. Turn the camera this way. And they'll grow up. But this area gets a lot more sun in the summer. All of these things are full sun. They need 6+ hours. So we're like probably just on the border of that. Maybe not quite enough, but I'm willing to try it. The petunias are annuals. They will not come back every year. So next year I'll either do them again or plant something else. The salvia, I believe, should, I think it's a perennial in 7. So I think it should come back. But that is project number 2. Excited to see how this area grows up. Hey y'all, good morning. It is several days later, and I realized I never finished my video. But also, can we just take a minute and appreciate the campanula? Like, oh my goodness. It is so healthy, and it's spreading. It's also known as bellflower. It puts off these like mauve colored bell-shaped flowers, which are beautiful. I've planted in the hydrangeas, and I put some other stuff, so I wanted to show you guys. So here you saw earlier in the video, like there's spiderwort. There's a kitty. It's also been several days, so I was able to start on this project back here, and I'm sure I will fill it in over time. But we had this asparagus fern in our bathroom, and they will not, I don't think, survive the winter. I would be very surprised. I did trim it up. It had these really long like branches there coming out of it, and so I took out the dead stuff, trimmed it up, and it stays really shady here, so I'm hoping it will do good. But also planted the hydrangeas here. This one gets a little more sun, so it's not doing as hot, but it is overcast today. And I'm kind of waiting for it to park back, which I hope. My other thought too was get something that maybe likes some sun and put it here in this corner, and then it provides a little bit of shade for the hydrangea. But I'm also like, I plant something right there out along the edge, because I want these both to get like very big. I want it to basically just be one continuous thing. That is more spiderwort there, but I think it will probably end up kind of going away. At least I hope so. So yeah, so that's our behind the porch area here, and I will fill that in to finish. And like I said earlier, right there in front of the hydrangeas, my plan is to plant some, like I said, either coleus or sweet potato vine, something that is like that chartreusey green color. So yeah, but I realized I forgot to finish the video and show you guys the last area that I did. So starting the landscaping of our home, which is really fun. But I gotta go let animals out and get them fed this morning. We have meat birds back on the farm. They'll be ready in a few weeks. And some are for my brother. Some we're planning on selling some. And then I think I think most of them we're going to try to part out because we do like doing like a whole roasted chicken. But like for the purpose of weeknight meals and stuff, it ends up being so much easier to just have like breasts or thighs or something. And I think they'll be ready here pretty soon. So, what's up, kitty? She talks to me a lot. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.